Happy Valentine's Day. It's February 14th. And today the market was, let's see, down then up, now down again. You're probably wondering what to do. We're going to head over to the Longbow dashboard this morning because I think that oftentimes when you hit a market pocket like this, where news is really driving the show, it's not as much earnings. What you want to look at is the more technical signals. That's really what you want to be going for in addition to your regular process. So I've brought together today in the morning tab a number of just kind of broad indexes. You've got, through the ETF. So you've got the S&P, you've got NASDAQ, we've got Canada here, IFA, which is developed markets outside of the US. We've got China through the FXI, EWJ, which is the Japan ETF, and then you're probably getting a little bit more familiar now that we're talking about the dollar. That's UUP is the ETF. And so what you can see today is that all the ranges are neutral. And so some of them are heading up towards the closer to the higher end of the range here in the US. Canada's kind of smack in the middle. IFA is a little bit ahead of the middle. And then China is down. Japan is heading closer to the lower end of its range. And the dollar is kind of smack dab in the middle. So today's not the day to be making huge moves on any of these things. From a technical perspective, you can see here, though, that most of them are bullish short term. Most of them are bullish medium term, except for here, China has gone down a little bit in terms of the short term. They've had weakness in the last couple of weeks. But then the medium term, it's still staying bullish. The dollar, though, as you know, has had more of an intermediate term bearish development, but then it's been bullish more recently. And so I like to look at that and say, okay, maybe I need to be a little bit more patient what I'm doing. But let's take a look at the SPY, right? So if you're thinking, gosh, I need to add more into my more alpha and more beta into my portfolio. Again, look at where the range has been. It's really sitting here in the middle. There's confusion. And one thing I would note, and if you look at the Longbow arrows this morning, we talk about a double witching event on Friday. And so when you head into a long 3-day weekend, you've got a double witching event, we would expect that liquidity might be a little bit thin heading into the long weekend. And you may see some movements because of this double witching event. And so you want to be a little bit careful when you're managing your portfolio and looking at those technical signals and saying, right now, I think I'm going to be a bit patient because there might be other things moving the portfolios right now. So again, that's kind of across the world. We're seeing very, very similar signals. And that's it for today. We'll come back tomorrow, be a little bit more specific on potential ideas. But I wanted to give you that read this morning because when you see the market whipping around like that today, often people get a little bit nervous trying to figure out what to do. But as we show right here in the Longbow dashboard, it's kind of smack dab in the middle of the trading ranges, so don't get too stressed out. Happy Valentine's Day. Enjoy your evening out.